January 1976. 18th January is a very special day. It's the day of remembrance. It's Brahma Baba's Murli Divas. Today also happens to be a very important day. A beautiful, auspicious day is Janmashtami. So happy Krishna Janmashtami to everyone. And so Brahma Baba became Krishna, and today Baba in the Murli is describing how when we celebrate the day of remembrance, it's not just remembrance, smriti, but it's also power, samarthi. And so it's not just smriti, but also power. And in that Baba is describing one power, which is the willpower. Just like Baba willed all his powers to Dadeji, when Baba took leave, it's also a time for us to invoke all the powers that Baba has given to us as and when required. So it's a beautiful short Murli. Let us experience. The title of the Murli is Celebrate the Day of Remembrance in the form of the Day of Power. Celebrate the Day of Remembrance in the form of the Day of Power. Today, Bap Dada, seeing all his children merged in love, is giving the response of love. May you constantly be a bestower of fortune and a bestower of blessings, the same as the Father. May you constantly be a world benefactor and one who has a right to the kingdom of the world. May you constantly be victorious over Maya, the elements, and all situations. Today, Bap Dada was seeing a sparkling tilak of victory on each of the foreheads of all the victorious children. He was seeing the flag of victory in the hands of all the children. Baba was hearing everyone's heart echoing, victory is our birthright. Today at Amrit Vela, Baba was listening to the invoking sounds of love of all the children. Gopikas, completely lost in love, who had become distant physically and were far away, were merging into the ocean of love like a dried up river. Bapdada also became merged in the love of the children. The sweet pearls from everyone became the garland around Baba's neck and merged in his heart. Various thoughts from everyone's mind were being heard like sweet music. Children from all around were garlanding Bapdada with rosaries of remembrance. As well as the day of remembrance as a memorial of today, today is called the Day of Power. In the beginning, Bapdada placed the urn of knowledge on the children, and through Sakar Baba willed the body, mind, and wealth to the Shaktis. In the same way, he also willed willpower. He also willed willpower. He himself became a resident of the subtle region and made the children the corporeal instruments. This is why this is also known as the Day of Power. It's a day of remembrance and the Day of Power. Today, Baba was merging the love of the children within himself beyond sound. At this time, the sound of complaint and invocation from everyone's mind is coming from all directions. Can all of you hear it? Bapdada is especially giving the return of remembrance to the new children. Just as the older children received the lift of a double engine, in the same way, Bapdada is giving the new children the gift of a special lift of incognito help, the experience of attainment and the treasure of happiness. Through their service and experience of constant company, Bapdada is transforming their complaints into zeal and enthusiasm. Just as new children have special attachment to the father and service, so too Bapdada has his special cooperative vision on the new children. Baba is also singing praise of the wonder of the new children. Acha. Acha to the loving children who constantly remain absorbed in love for the one Father. Those who reveal the one Father. To the victorious souls who are instruments to become part of the rosary of victory by all souls. To those who are equal to the Father and who reveal all the Father's virtues in a practical form. To those who use all their powers for service. To such world benefactor children who have a right to Bapdada's heart throne, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bapdada. Let us take a moment to merge Baba's words, Baba's love, Baba's powers into ourselves. We souls are lost in Baba's remembrance, and Baba wills his willpower to all of us. Speaking to Didiji and others, Baba says, what is the special form of the children today? Together with love, they also give complaints. Baba is the ocean of love. And so, what is the speciality of an ocean? To the extent that there are waves, to the same extent there is stillness. It has both specialities at the same time. In the same way, the speciality of those who become equal to the Father is that externally they are an embodiment of remembrance, and internally they are an embodiment of power. This is beautifully Baba has given us this vision of or image of an ocean. An ocean is as waves and also it's still in the same way. So the waves of Baba's remembrance, Baba says, and then also the embodiment of power. To the extent that they are an embodiment of remembrance in the corporeal form, to the same extent they are the form of power. There should be the balance of the two simultaneously. Do you have such a balance? So the balance of being in remembrance and also an embodiment of power. According to the time and whatever day it is, you automatically take that form. However, there is spirituality when both forms are clearly visible at the same time. You're playing your part, and at the same time, you also have the stage of being a detached observer. By having the stage of a detached observer, you will play your part accurately. Verse says, by having the stage of a detached observer, you will play your part accurately. The other day we were discussing that there are two stages. So of course, we are detached observers, we are audience, but also we are the actors. So we also have to play the part. So one stage is detached observer, and the other stage is detached player. So detached observer and detached player. So Baba says to the extent that we experience being a detached observer, we also play our part accurately. Means we don't have any karmic accounts created through the part that we play. The part is a mere expression of the soul's energy, the soul's vibrations into the role. So Baba says, however, you will not become the form of your part. That is, you will not be influenced by the part. You will have will power. So Baba says that the part will not pull the soul. The soul will play the part, but the part will not pull the soul. Means the soul will have the willpower to play whatever role at whatever time, in whatever way, in whichever power the soul needs to use. When you are able to adopt the form you want, whenever you want, that is called willpower. When you're able to adopt the form you want, whenever you want, that is called willpower. The form of power should also be merged within the form of love. To simply merge yourself in love is being physical. Spirituality is when you remain an embodiment of power as well as an embodiment of love. This is why the final scene of the form of love is that of being a conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance. Nashto moha smriti swarup. To the extent that there is great love, to the same extent there should be detachment. So what was the final paper you saw? Whilst having love, Baba was the conqueror of attachment and the embodiment of remembrance. So it needs power to be detached. So they both go hand in hand. Power and remembrance means conqueror of attachment and embodiment of remembrance. This final paper has been remembered as a memorial. This was Baba's practical demonstration. Whilst having corporeal relationships, he had the power to accommodate as well as the power to tolerate. You saw the form of these two powers. On the one hand, to merge the love, and on the other hand, to finish the final remaining karmic accounts, power to tolerate. So Baba really had to use these two powers. Baba is saying, power to merge the love. Baba is taking leave, and so he has to merge the love he has for all the children, and also the power to tolerate whatever karmic bondages still remain. You saw the power to accommodate, and then the power to tolerate in the practical form. Does a father not have love for his children? Even whilst being an ocean of love, he was completely still. He was completely beyond the consciousness of his body. This was the final stage. This was the final stage. Baba demonstrated this practically. It was at just around this time at night. In the final paper, he claimed the first number in a practical way. To put something into a practical form is easy, but to merge it, you need willpower. To merge it, you need willpower. You saw the entire part of how to merge the suffering of karma and also to merge love. This is willpower. The power to really merge. So one is to merge, one is to emerge. So emerge is, the form of love in an emerged form. But to merge, we need power. Power is saying willpower. It's the ability of the soul to use any power whenever it is required. Baba says, this is willpower. This is the willpower that Baba willed to the children at the end. This is the willpower that Baba willed to the children at the end. Cha Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family. Let's take a moment with Baba. And experience being lost in Baba's remembrance. And also experiencing the willpower. The power to merge. The power to merge the entire physical expansion. In a second, just as Brahma Baba reached his final karmatic stage, Baba is inspiring our souls to also reach our final stage. We souls are conquerors of attachment and embodiments of remembrance. We have love for Baba. We can merge all thoughts of the drama using the powers. Our balance of being loving and being powerful. Om Shanti. Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family. Beautiful Murli today. If anyone feels inspired to share, please feel free to. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Very nice, Murli. So this really created a scene of January 18th, or that Baba's Remembrance Day. So as we were reading that Murli, so it was really creating that, that visuals were coming back in mind. The last day of Baba's. So where Baba says you saw the power to accommodate and power to tolerate in a practical form, and where Baba demonstrated the final paper, while having love, Baba was the conqueror of attachment and an embodiment of remembrance. Baba showed that practically, so that was really heart-touching line. We all have to be at that point. Baba really showed that and clearly explained what willpower is also, too much the suffering of karma and also much love. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Sarabai.
Om Shanti.
You know, this 18th January, a Murli may be read. We may hear even the Murli, but I think it has to be experienced, especially in the lawns of Pandav Bhavan. The veranda where you see people going and coming, but all so nicely smiling within themselves or enjoying that. And even I, as a soul, sit and watch, and literally, as if Baba, Brahma Baba is coming from his room, or after having read the Murli with his right hand raised up and looking. And then suddenly the reality dawns. When you go to the Baba's thumb, oh, the corporeal body is no more. Tears roll down your cheek. So many years afterwards, even. And something, why Baba? Why you had to leave us? I think my first thing of 18th January and the song which you played, where Baba is inviting the children. I love the word when he calls Raj Dulari. It is so much love in that word. Raja, King, and Dulare, my love. Come, come, come and decorate my world. And in every Murli you see, especially of the early, either he asks questions or he blesses. And this is 18th January. The first paragraph which you read, as you were reading, I was sharing in the chat box. What kind of, he's lifting us. Don't worry if I'm no more. I'm there. I'm there. I think it's such a beautiful feeling to really go to that thing. So it may be short, but it's something I think the Sangam Yug, it's the only Yug. And we are so privileged to have love for Brahma Baba. I think really I would like to go inside. I think this is my feeling, but I just had a small request to you, Saurabhai. In one paragraph you read, Baba was merging the love of the children within himself beyond sound. Now, I just wanted to know this himself, is it Shiv Baba or Brahma Baba? Because this is the day when Brahma Baba is listening to me. I'm talking to him. So when you read that Baba was merging the love, I was a little this. Is Shiv Baba coming in between and trying to merge the love when I'm trying to talk to Brahma? Just if you could share that.
Sure. Yeah. I think, yeah, as you're rightly pointed, it's a beautiful scene, when Brahma Baba became a vet. And when Baba says that he is merging the love of the children within himself, means it's really time for him to leave. But also, it's not like he's expressing in a very physical form his love, but he's just merging it. He's carrying it within his heart as he takes leave to go beyond sound. So it's like Baba is just hiding all the love so that Baba doesn't kind of, show in a very physical way. Because otherwise Baba says children will never, give Baba leave to go to the subtle regions. And so that's why I feel, Baba mentioned that he's merging the love within himself as he goes beyond sound. Yeah.
So you agree this himself is Brahma Baba, not Shiv Baba, right?
Right.
Om Shanti.
Oh, sure.
Here, what I think when Bap Dada is combined, and a time comes when there is no difference between Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba. Here, Bap Dada is combined, and Bap Dada is in that combined state. Baba is merging the love of the children. That's what I feel, and that's what we experience also. When we are talking to Brahma Baba, we are talking to Shiv Baba combined. When we are talking to Shiv Baba, you are talking to Brahma Baba combined. No difference. Right. Om Shanti.
But Saurabh, doesn't even Shiv Baba separate himself on 18th January and says, wow, just see the love they have for Brahma. I sometimes feel that day is only for my Brahma, my Brahma. Shiv Baba is always there fine within him. But I would love to see Brahma as Brahma. I don't know. Is this a possessive feeling or what?
Right. Yeah. Brother is also right. It's like you can't differentiate when Baba has become a Vyakara, it's the combined. But yeah, the main message is that, we become embodiments of willpower, basically. Yeah. Great. Any other thoughts?
Just one more thought I would like to share. So, in one sentence says that today being the day of remembrance, that it is called the day of power. So Baba is trying to emphasize on that the speciality of that particular day. So this suddenly reminded me about the specialty of the day, wherein I heard in a class about this 18th January being the special day. So the atmosphere and the vibration on that particular day itself is quite different compared to other days. So I myself personally was not enough fortunate to be in Madhuban on that particular day yet. I don't know what will be in future, but I'm sure some of you might have been there on that particular day. So how do you, with your experience, can somebody share how does it different from other day on 18th of January in Madhuban when especially when we compare the vibration? I had that the vibration level is completely different. So from that perspective, I'm asking.
Mhm.
I would like to, because of brother, I just don't know, it chokes you. As I told you, in the morning time, it's not Amrit Vela or nothing like that. It's just that early morning, and it looks like the time, something, it's so cold and chill. You will really see Brahma walking through the thing, and he, as if he's caressing each soul over there, that love kind of thing. And it's not just love, it is something which really makes you stand up and look a kind of power. It's a kind of such a, sometimes it's an eerie feeling also I used to get, to say, oh, really, is this happening here? Is Brahman no more? Is he not there? I was not there when he left his body. I do not know him. I have not touched him. I have not been with him. I have not spoken to him. But that kind of love he gives you that day, I have experienced that feeling, that love which he gives. So much so, I just go and hug him. I don't know what is it. Is it a crazy feeling? It's very difficult for anyone else to understand this feeling. If you go outside, they are going to really think it's a kind of a crazy culture. But you have to be in Pandav Bhavan. I can't even take in that place. And how to tell you, brother, the kind of feeling when you're sitting in the courtyard, the kind of feeling when you go and sit in his room, and really the tears roll down when you go and stand in front of that stump, because he's no more. That I don't, it's crazy. See, so many years he's gone. We have seen even physical thing and all, we have got over it. But on 18th January, alone, I think that feeling, it's just, you have to go, brother. You have to go and experience it. I don't know. If suppose I was an emotional thing, I could really, but it's a beautiful feeling, that love which you have. That's what even Shiv Baba says. Oh my God, I can't believe these children love Brahma so much. I don't know whether I could have transferred my that thing, but it's a beautiful, angelic feeling to be with them. And yes, it's powerful too.
Raven, can you unmute yourself?
I think Chris have been lost in Papa's love. I think someone else can fill the gap.
Om Shanti. I think today's Murli Smriti Divas, so Samarthi Divas. Basically, it's not only the day of remembrance, the deep love which Brahma Baba had for Shiv Baba and all we children, but also how that love transforms into power that becomes our strength. In Lokic world, the love becomes a weakness, but in spiritual world, the unconditional love which Shiv Baba has for all the creation becomes a strength when the soul is constantly remembering the Supreme Father. And this power is basically to merge all the karmic bonds, all the type of karmic accounts with the various powers. So this power actually manifests in practical form, where we merge all the bondages and all. So I think this power is also very important. That's what Baba signifies, that children, my dear children, remembrance is for developing power. The soul battery always gets charged, and then you can actually use it in a practical way to be the first or pass with honor in whatever papers we are experiencing. So that is the willpower Baba speaking about. It's a great message that we can merge all the sufferings of karma or the expectations from karma and become merge in love. That's the willpower Baba transfers to every child today on this 18th January. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Um, Request if we can churn on this point of the Murli today, Saurabh Bhai and all of us. The Baba says there is spirituality when the balance of both forms are clearly visible at the same time. You are playing your parts, and at the same time, you should also have the stage of being detached observers. By having the stage of a detached observer, you will play your parts accurately. So, being a detached observer in any situation or for any other soul's part is yet easy. How, in comparison to being a detached observer, while we are playing our own part, can anyone churn on this? Any experiences, any practice that one has? Uh, for whom this is worked to be a detached observer while playing our own part. The question is how to be a detached observer while playing our own part.
Om Shanti. Actually, what I've observed is like there's a one limited world where we are playing our part. That's a limited world, and my family and Brahman Parivar and whatever profession I have. Then I go to the office, and then there is a office staff. So that's a limited world, but that's when I am in my Loki consciousness, worldly consciousness. I'm playing this role. But when I, consider myself to be a soul, which has got nothing to do with the five elements which this world is made of. So then automatically that consciousness elevates itself to the incorporeal world, where Supreme Father is my creator, and I've got all relationship with him. So then automatically that bigger, that unlimited drama, that beginning, middle, and the end, Adi, Mad, and that it's that what Baba gave knowledge to be children, it emerges, and then you go beyond this limited world and get refreshed, get the powers, and then come back to this limited world, play the part as an hero actor, as a powerful entity, powerful energy, which radiates powers to all around you. So I think this whenever I get bogged down with the maybe in my family or office or anywhere, like there are bound to be papers coming across you. So that is the time when you just have to forget this thing and just be in silence and go to that unlimited world where Baba has Baba. You are connected with Baba. You're receiving powers. Use those powers in a practical form while in this limited realm. That's what is my experience. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother, for sharing that.
Om Shanti, sister. So I had a question. So actually, I joined my son in a hostel for his 11th standard, that JE coaching class in Chennai. I am in some other place, some 8 hours travel. I have to see him. So he feels very tough and difficult, and every day he feels so inferior when his marks go down and around him. And he also feels that he is not having that logical thinking to solve that numericals, and still he is trying, and I am also supporting him with all the positive vibes. So now in this case, how can I be a detached observer, and how can I see his part, and what I can help him? Mm, Can anyone?
Can I just share about this, sister? See, if you see the word detached observer, there are two paradoxes. One is detached, that is, I'm away from the consciousness of that situation, of that person, of what is there. So I come out of that drama and I'm alone. And then I look, that is observer. So there are two things. I am not looking, I am observing. But if I am going to be in that situation and I observe it, I cannot see anything. I will see my child suffering. I will see my child not doing well. I will see everything in the way my child is experienced in his consciousness. That is why I have to first come out. It is not something which takes place immediately, detachment, but it's like for me watching a film. So what I have to do is come out of the situation, at least for a moment, and just see what's going on and what is your role, what you can do in it, what is his role, what is the role of the situation to which he's going through his coaching class and all that. I have to do it, and then I have to give whatever I can through my sakash to that. That's my only role. That is, we have to appreciate our part and your son's part. That's how some way you will not feel at least distress and all of it. You'll be able to understand. I know it sounds very high funda and all, but I think that's a process only I could suggest.
Om Shanti, just adding one reflection to this, sister. 2 points. One is at your level, you being playing a role of his mother, you have to first start thinking differently. What reality you want, you have to think that, only that. Stop thinking this he's not able to concentrate, or he's not having really enough logical analytical thinking to solve the problem. Stop that. Reprogram your thinking. That's one point. And then you can write, because it will not come easily. You have to write it down, that my that soul, not even my child, but his Baba's child, and he has got uh, he's uh, he's a son of the buddhivano ki buddhi. I mean, ocean of intellects. Is the creator of all the intellects. So he's his child. But your son is Baba's child. Okay, and some positive thoughts on that. He's got the highest concentration ability, is the controller of his mind, intellect, and sanskars. He's creating, designing his own destiny. So that is first part. Second is his child, like your child. He has to be connected with the Almighty, and the easiest way is you find out a local center nearby, Rajyoga Center, and ask him to. You just go, and offer some fruits on Sunday or any one particular day. Just ask him to be in touch with the center, and automatically don't force him to be meditating and all that. He will automatically start experiencing the powers, peace, remembrance, and powers. So just ask him to offer some, at least one coin on some Thursday or Sunday, wherever he can find time. Let him be connected to the Baba's world, the Brahman Parivar and Baba. So automatically his intellect will get clean and clear, and he will be able to focus much more effectively. Om Shanti.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot very much.
Sister Raka, Saurabai is not there. I just wanted churning on one. If you,
Is there?
Raki sister, there is this one question in the last paragraph. Even whilst
Saurabai
being
is
an
there.
ocean of love,
Saurabai share.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, go ahead, Gurucharan.
In the
Yes.
last paragraph, because what the sister said, suddenly, that paragraph hit me. Even whilst being an ocean of love, he was completely still. Just that one sentence, if you could churn, because Brahma Baba's final stage and all, we don't know what was there in his thoughts, in his mind. But whatever action he did, and that's why I like that paragraph, because how nicely it is addressed to DDG, who was also a contender to come and to take over the power. Beautiful paragraph. But what does this sentence mean? Even whilst being an ocean of love, he was completely still.
Yeah. I think Baba, gave this analogy of an ocean. So an ocean is filled with waves, so it's pretty much moving on the surface. But inside, at the depths of it, it's very still. So in the same way, Baba, although had, these waves of love inside his heart for his children, but with the power to merge, he merged everything and was completely still, like the bottom of an ocean. And so that's where, this balance, Baba said, of love and power. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. And there was another thought in terms of being detached from my own part. And what works for me generally is to talk to the self in third person. So I would just say, even if maybe I'm not having a good day, say Saurabh is not having a good day. If I'm having base thoughts, or the Saurabh is having base thoughts. If there is, feelings of any kind of thing, just in the third person, or Saurabh, poor Saurabh, oh my, someone said this to Saurabh, so that I detach myself from the part. That doesn't cloud then the mind with the emotions related to the part. And that's why then I can play, the soul can play the part accurately. Is what the thought is.
So you say being detached means to be still from within, whatever can happen in the surface. That's what you are saying you would do for Saurabh to really think and act.
Detached is like, completely detached from drama. So power, I say love and power. So basically, it's just the soul, Baba, and drama. So love for Baba, power to detach from drama. That's the balance, right? The detachment from drama, everything comes into that. For that, I need power, and then love for Baba. And so the soul is in the middle, detached from drama, and completely absorbed in love of Baba.
And this reflection that to put something into a practical form is easy, but to merge it, we need willpower. So that is the power which is required to merge the drama or the consequences of drama or the various aspects of drama, feelings from drama, all that to be merged, we need willpower, which comes from remembrance.
Yeah,
I think, Hannah, Saurabh, thank you, Baba.
yeah. It's just, merging all the thoughts of the drama in a second. So if I can just see it as a story completely, like the soul completely detached. And so this practice has to be over a long period of time, and completely detached, as if it's a cartoon show happening. So there is a clear-cut distinction between the soul world and the role world. I, the soul, am completely different. My life is different. My experience is different. My home is different. My father is different. My family is different. Everything is different about me, the point of light. And then there is sorrow, the world of sorrow. And then this entire role, including the role of service, including, the big hero, everything is included in that. But everything has to be completely separate, as if the soul is really entering this role, this costume, animating it, and then leaving. Then coming back, animating it, then leaving. So this, kind of detachment.
It is
Uh,
easy, brother, when everything goes right, but sometimes at difficult moments we have to take some decisions. We have to do that time. Our part pulls us. It's not that much easy to become so detached as now.
Mm. And that's true. That's true. And that's fine, it's a journey. So even if, and as the brother said, just leave it to Baba, and Baba works it out. There's no problem with that. We
yeah,
have to be well.
I'm sorry. I'm just sorry to jump in. So I heard there is this beautiful story which talk about this detachment. So which actually sometimes back it made sense in me. So I just would like to share it very quickly. So this story, it's about a bird. A bird used to sit on a branch of a tree. It became so favorite that place for that particular bird. Every day this bird comes and used to sit on this particular branch and then enjoy the view, and it felt so safe there, because from other animals and other things the bird understood that it's a safe place to be. And one day, time went on, and then one day this bird, while sitting on the branch, he realized that some strong winds and then rain started, and then the bird began to think, oh, what happens? The bird started feeling that this branch may break and this whole thing will collapse, and what will happen to me and all that. So out of detachment, this bird at some point forgot that the bird can fly and doesn't need any branch to stand like this. So sometimes out of attachment we forget what our capacities are, what our abilities are, what our powers are. So sometimes it takes some time to think who we are. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother.
Saurabh, we may invite you to take a short meditation.
Sure. So let's take a moment to feel detached from the role, story, the drama of life, including this moment. As we come back to our awareness of being a soul loved by God, the soul embodiment of remembrance. I remember Baba. Baba gives me the willpower to merge the thoughts of drama. I, the soul, am pillar of attachments, using Baba's willpower in every situation. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.